what I'm saying is that providing good role models for youths is important no matter what. So everybody needs role models, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so I think that, you know, a lot of times, young men, I remember when I was a young man, you know, you are around all kinds of different types of ideas of what masculinity is supposed to be. And some of that is very positive and some of that is very negative. And I think it's really important to look at like what is negative and what's leading us down the wrong paths in our lives.
I find that so interesting. Yeah, do you think that like when men are we all have different groups that we're a part of, and all of our different types of friends we have. So we all have, maybe not all, but many of us have those friends who, you know, might be hanging out with the guys and say some sort of lustful comment about a woman or whatnot. What effect do you think that has on the actual man himself?
Well, I think it's pretty clear to me from what I've observed in being around men, a lot of men my whole life. I'm the youngest of 6, and I have 4 brothers. And I went to an all-male high school, and I've been around men a lot of times. And there's this kind of snowballing effect of guys being guys and engaging in what, you know, can be thrown off as locker room talk, or, oh, it's okay, they're just boys being boys. That it's not just that it's disrespectful to the subject of your derision or of your speech, but as you say, it's really harmful to you to look at human beings as anything less than what you are. So when you make comments about other people and you're putting them in a position below yourself, I really firmly believe that that's harmful for human beings.
I absolutely agree. I often tell people that it's like you should talk about women the way that you like would talk about your sister, that you would talk about your mom, or when you're like you would around them. You wouldn't say these inappropriate comments around your.
I agree with that. I think that it's good to remember that your mother is a woman and that your sister is a woman. But I also, by the same token, feel like, man, we shouldn't have to go that far to be able to learn how to think respectfully of other people. I mean, the fact that they're humans makes them worthy of our respect and consideration and love and understanding and all those things. Like having that sort of attitude towards all of humanity as within our capability. That's what it's all about. That's where you're going to find real enlightenment.
Yeah. I want to rewind for a second. You were mentioning that you went to an all-boys high school. I did not know. That's really cool. Do you think that had an effect on you as well, in a positive way?
It's really hard for me to go back and really kind of judge it one way or the other, because I don't have an alternative. I don't know what it was like.
Yeah.
I don't know how my life might have been different if I had gone to, you know, a co-ed public school. I went to an all-male private Catholic school, and there were things about it that were excellent. There were ways in which we were able to sort of separate studies from our social lives a little bit, so that we were able to compartmentalize those things and ideally be able to, you know, have more studies of value in that way. But also, I think that in isolating males from females, that can have a negative effect as well. You start to think of women as other a little bit. And I know that I saw that with some of my peers, and I didn't like it. It was something that I had to do some introspection about later in life than when I was in college and beyond college. Be like, wait, am I just... and it's one of the reasons I like an organization like A Call to Men. And I want to iterate here that I'm not a spokesperson for that organization. They're just somebody that I've given to and I believe in. So if I say anything that's contrary to their you know, statement of beliefs, I don't work for them, and so I don't want to say anything out of turn. But yeah, so it was something that I had to look at later in my life when I was a young adult, but I was past high school ages, where I was like, you know, I feel like I'm starting to think of females only as potential mates or potential, physical partners, and not as much as friends and peers. And it was something that I really actively tried to better in myself and find ways to really expand and have much better friendships with women.